What's going on, Game Day Nation? Man, this weekend was a weekend.
Man, felt good to have, a live event after a long time since the NBA season canceled, bro. I think this draft had like record-setting numbers. 55 million tuned in for this weekend's draft.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There's a lot of great picks out there. I feel like this was the best draft, hands down, because there was a lot of prospects who you just couldn't pass up on all through 6 rounds.
For sure, man. We got a great show for you guys today. We had the Last Dance reaction from episode 3 and 4, and then we're talking about James Winston going to the Saints, and then we have Jordan Love going to the Packers. What does that tell for Rodgers' future? So now, my name is Steven.
My name is Omar.
Watching Game Day Nation Athletics.
Let's get started.
All right, so we're gonna start with the Last Dance last night. So I want to ask you this, because you actually told me about this a few weeks back, that you actually got to meet Dennis Rodman.
Yes, sir.
So tell the viewers, how was that like?
Well, I was sitting down. We were at manager's house. I think it was O.J. McDuffie's house, a manager's house, and my dad was doing some type of website, something for it. And my brother and I were sitting down. We're eating some muffins. You know those little muffins you open the pack.
Oh, it's like the mini muffins, right?
Mini bites stuff.
The mini bites, yeah.
That was amazing. Obviously, this dude came in the house walking like he owned the joint, and it was him. Nails still painted, of course. Some girl on the side. I didn't know who it was at the time. I thought it was some random Joe Blow until my dad was like, "Yo, that's Dennis Rodman." Until he was just acting weird and he was wrapped too tight. But that was nice.
He didn't say anything to you?
It was like, how's it going? We shook hands and stuff like that, and it was a cool experience.
Big dude.
But yeah, he was big. At the time, I didn't know who he was, right? But
he still had like his nose rings.
Yep, still had his nose, fingers painted and everything. Still had all that stuff. He had, I think it was blonde hair at the time.
Blonde hair?
Blonde hair.
This man, Dennis Rodman, his hair colors, my gosh.
I'm not gonna lie, that leopard print color, it was pretty tight.
It was not leopard print though. I didn't know this until yesterday's episode. It was actually representing the number 3 for Pippen. Yeah. I did not know it. I literally thought it was just leopard prints.
But it was leopard print though. It was technically leopard print.
It did, but I just thought that was what he was aiming for, but it was just for the Scott Pippen's number 33. So I didn't know that. Anyways, so we got to have an inside look of Dennis Rodman as a player and as a person as well. I didn't know he was part of the Bad Boy Pistons back in 88 and 89 throughout that season. And wow, this man, I actually like him as a person and as a player. You got to give him credit though. He was a great defender. He was a great rebounder. And do you really think the Bulls would have won the amount of championships if it wasn't for Dennis Rodman?
I think they would won at least. You know what? No, I don't think so. I feel like seeing the Pistons, they made them get like that. Man, we gotta be physical like them, not have that same persona, but have that same toughness. And I feel like it was a great pickup to get Dennis Rodman, even though Jerry Krause was kind of.
It's when they cared though, like, because when I think it was Phil Jackson and Jerry Krause, right? They had a meeting, and then I was like, yeah. And they asked him, "Do you want to be with Bulls?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, I don't care."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
not caring mentality, but still crazy. This
man was wild.
Big fan of you, Dennis Rodman. If you ever out there, hit us up for sure. But still a crazy dude. Had that mentality of like, I have no interest, but you want me to play, I'll play. He has that type of mentality.
Bro, I remember Rodman went to North Korea to meet Kim Jong-un, bro. That was wild.
See, he had one job and he messed it up. He had one job. What? He was kicked out. He did something. I remember that too. He did something and he got shunned on by the USA. He was like, how did this dude from this team got to North Korea just sitting next to him, right? But it was an interesting time.
That was pretty wild, but I thought that was funny. Anyway, so speaking about the Pistons and Dennis Rodman when he was there, that Pistons team was dangerous.
Bro,
my God,
the Bad Boys Pistons for a reason.
I didn't even know they won championships back then. They won like two championships, right?
Yeah.
I did not know that. I thought they were just that good team that never won a championship. Boy, I was wrong.
It reminds me of the Bucks, a good team never won a championship.
Now you want to compare the Pistons team? You know who they remind me of? They remind me of the '80s Miami Hurricanes, because that team was dangerous. They were the bad boys at that time. People were calling them the convicts.
I mean, they were technically convicts.
Not all of them.
Man, straight from the hood. They were technically convicts.
But they were bad boys, bro. They don't. They'll be all over your face.
Yeah.
They'll be dancing in the end zone, and that was pretty amazing. That was great football content back in the 80s.
The reason why the coaches didn't say anything because they were afraid that they might get beat up, thrown in the back of the truck.
That is a lie.
They might get beat up.
The coaches let them have their time, bro. Let them be free. Be who they are. Be that bad boy and win games, bro. That's how it was because they weren't scared. Come on, man. Jimmy Johnson was the head coach. Remember that,
man. Stopping on them, kicking on them. You know, I'm just saying.
You tripping, man. You sleep on the Miami team back in the 80s. Anyway, so yeah, they won 2 championships. They beat the Bulls twice, right? Twice, and yeah, what was their mentality? Stopping Jordan. Don't let him take flight. If you let him take flight, he's scoring. So you gotta put him down. You gotta put him down, hurt him, whatever. Do what you gotta do.
And they were still struggling, but they did. They managed to do it.
That team was fine. They hurt Jordan physically, and I'm surprised Jordan never complained, never started a fight. He just went down, went back up, and did his thing.
And Scottie Pippen, you gotta give him props too. The man was a trooper. Even though that first time when they lost, I think it was the second time, wherever it was.
It was the second time.
The second time he got a migraine, and I think that was a tough.
Oh no, I think it was the first time.
All right, first time then. Yeah, first time he had a migraine. Right, and the second time they came by, they still lost again, but it was the third time that they actually managed to do it. It was a blowout sweep. It was
a sweep 4-0,
bro.
And for the Pistons not to shake their hands or have any sort of how you call it, sportsmanship, that was pretty wild.
Yeah, man.
Because even though the Bulls lost to the Bullies and them getting beat up and everything, they still went up to the Pistons, shook their hands and everything.
Yo, I was like, man, forget you. I'm not telling you, kick rocks. But that's just me. I'm just a sore loser. So I guess it doesn't count.
All right. So how'd you feel about Doug Collins? That's the name, right? Yeah, Doug Collins was the head coach of the Chicago Bulls before Phil Jackson came in.
He did a great job as to having that Michael Jordan. Man, you are a superstar. He did a great job on making Michael Jordan how he is, how he presented himself. I guess saying you could be great. You are great. I'll show you why you're great. He gave him the pieces. He was like, you know what? This is why you're great. He just kept reminding him.
Basically, this is your team. We're gonna get you the ball however we can.
But he never utilized the team. He never really said, "Oh, you have pieces around you who can help you out." He always depended on Jordan to be great, and Jordan tended to receive that. He was like, "Yeah, I can," and he had that mentality going straight forward until what's his name?
Phil Jackson?
Yeah, until Phil Jackson came back.
And he was the assistant coach at the time.
He was, but with a different coaching.
And one thing that I thought was wild, we got an inside look of Phil Jackson in his early days in his career. So, he played basketball. I didn't know he played basketball, honestly.
I didn't know he played basketball either. And for the Knicks,
he was a tall dude. Bro, this man was like a hippie back then. This man was on acid and everything.
Bro, this dude was crazy. What was in the 60s, right? 50s, 60s?
This was the 70s, I think. No, I'm lying. 60s. It had to be in the 60s.
And
this is a time where there's no 3-point line.
Yeah, the 60s. This dude was terrorizing everyone. In college, he was dropping 25 points per game, and yeah, missing tooth. I saw it was a clip where he had one tooth that was missing in the front.
That man Phil Jackson was wild.
That man was a villain.
He lived in Christian family, because they believed the second coming of Jesus. And he's like, yo, I'd rather be playing sports than me on my knees all day.
But he was very spiritual. And
he was
Native American.
And that's how he connected with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
because they said in the documentary, I don't know if it was him or somebody else that said it, that he didn't look Dennis Rodman as just a basketball player. He looked at him as like a friend.
That was Dennis Rodman. That was Dennis Rodman.
That was his friend.
He was he didn't see me as a basketball player. He just saw me as a friend. He was really close because we connected. We both Native American stuff like that. And he was like, I have the same item. I forgot what the item was.
He had a necklace.
Yeah, it was.
Dennis Rodman had a necklace, and he saw that Phil Jackson had these artifacts and whatnot in his office.
And they connected, they vibe. And I thought that was the starting of a great relationship after that.
Because you gotta remember, throughout the docuseries that Rodman was when he came to the league, he was an innocent kid. did what he had to do, and he just completely changed. I mean, Madonna changed though.
Madonna did change them, but it was the Pistons that made him get that rough, gritty look.
Because he wasn't like that back in college.
Yeah, he was like, average Joe Blow. If it happens, it happens. But when he went to the Pistons, man, his mindset changed real quick. But he started to have that rough mentality. Then I'm telling you, somehow dated Madonna. Man, some chick out of nowhere, some hippie chick came out and said, I'm going to date you. And they're like, all right. And then changed his whole mentality. He's like, you should believe in yourself. And he did for some reason. I don't know how it happened. But
I mean, that's what he was into.
Yeah.
I don't think she said, like, hey, you should do this, you should do that. He's like, no, this is what I want to do. Like, you want to change his hair color, you want to do nose rings and everything.
You should do what you want.
He painted his nails. This man, honestly, Dennis was ahead of his time. Seeing how the generation is now and how people are more free and everything. But Dennis Rodman at the time, he was way ahead of his time. My God.
I wouldn't say ahead of his time because they went back. This dressing up as a woman doing all that stuff went back way back,
I don't know, but Ramen was like a popular figure though.
You're right, but
he was highlighted as a popular. Yeah, we know people were doing this way back, but like he was a basketball player in one of the best teams in the world.
Right,
and that's to me that started. He was ahead of his time, and
you're saying he started a trend.
Yeah, he sort of started a trend. Yeah,
he started a trend.
Yeah, he definitely started a trend, bro. One thing that was weird though in the docuseries that I saw was that. It was talking about, I think Doug Collins had a fight with Jordan, and then it was like, look, me and Jordan are cool and everything. Like, he kissed me on the cheek. It was like, hey, Jordan, do this on national TV. Give me a kiss real quick. I was like, what? That was pretty wild. I was like, why did he kiss him on the cheek like that?
I mean, if you love someone, you gotta follow your heart.
On national TV, though?
If you love someone,
he's like, go, give me a kiss right now on national TV. Right here, right now. I was like, what? I thought that was pretty wild. That kind of like, caught me off guard.
See, that's the mentality of true men don't see shame.
I guess. I mean, he did Doug Collins the coach. I dig it.
You wouldn't do it?
Heck no, bro.
Why you say like that with 2020?
Nah, you tripping, bro. What's wrong with you?
I don't know, man. I'm like, things happen.
Would you?
No.
Exactly. All right. One thing though that I thought was pretty amazing was Puerto Rican basketball is no joke, dog.
Bro.
No, them boys take that sport serious. The fans.
When they said the official got shot, I was like, wow. Oh. So what happens? Let's say you're a basketball player and you're playing at Puerto Rico. What would you do? Will you and you have the mayor and stuff like that rooting for your team? Imagine this all corrupt and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
A mayor is rooting for your team and you lost because you couldn't make a free throw. Will you leave the country or diss it, try to hide or something? What would you do? What would be your mentality?
I leave the country, man, on a heartbeat. Yeah, because back then people had money, gambling, and you miss a free throw, bro, you getting shot on the spot.
Man, you'd be lucky if you go to the parking lot and get in your car.
Bro,
bro,
no fans out there. They take that sport. Like, I didn't think basketball was big in Puerto Rico.
I didn't know that either. That's new.
Because Puerto Rico, they're known for their baseball.
Puerto Rico.
Baseball and sometimes soccer, but basketball, that's the last thing I thought they'd be known for. My God, like I thought they were actually gonna show the clip when the ref got shot in the leg.
Yeah, I was waiting for that. I'm like, I want to see if he got shot or not. I need to see this.
It was that when they were talking about it and they had that film where the ref was. Do you think it was that video recording where he got shot, or they just showed a random recording?
I think they just showed a random recording. They'll never show. I don't know about that. But ref, if you're out there and still alive, hit us up because we want your take on.
We need your input in that, definitely, man.
Yeah, because I need to know how you got shot and where you got shot.
And imagine a ref missing a call, like a foul, and that cost the team game, and people, the mayor having money on that game. Bro, that's a death. That's a death.
Giving someone a technical and throw him out of the game, like, oh, he gonna die.
It sort of reminds me back when Pablo Escobar, when I think he owned a team back in Colombia, and if teams didn't get their way, he'll make it. He'll do something about it, so make sure his team wins. So I thought that was pretty wild. One thing that has kind of touched me in a way was Jordan, because players even said it, that Jordan was the type of player that he was always that mean player. He get in your face, make sure he's always mad. He's like, nothing is ever enough. But when he won that championship back in '91 against the Lakers, and you saw the emotions he had. He's crying, he let everything out. I thought that was pretty powerful to me. That he was just pushing, he was never satisfied. But when he won that chip,
I think it was cool that he now can be in the same conversation as Bird and Magic Johnson. And I feel it was cool that Magic Johnson was like, bro, you did it. Like we wasn't upset about it. I mean, sure you upset he lost the championship, but he was cool about how he's up there with us. Like, you gotta know.
Magic Johnson, I never seen that how a player like Magic Johnson was like, you know what? If I lose, and if I lost the championship and it was against him, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I tell you, I met that guy.
Magic Johnson?
Yeah.
Dang, you mean everybody, dog.
So this is how it happened. It was during Father's Day, and we went to some Haitian event that was going on for Father's Day.
In Florida?
This is in Miami, yeah.
Okay.
We're going to Miami. And Magic, he owns a restaurant in Miami. I forgot what the restaurant's called. But we went up there, and my dad was doing a website for the wife. And I saw it there. Sure enough, the dude was right there. We were like, oh, snap. That's Magic Johnson. At the time, I didn't know who it was. Again, I wasn't up in basketball like
You're
that.
a young boy.
I was just this young buck, wide-eyed, looking around, see all these grown-ups. I was short at that time. I didn't know who it were. It was pretty hot. But everyone was dancing around and stuff like that. It felt like a club rather than a restaurant. But, I don't know what I had to say about it. But it was cool seeing them. I think I only saw him once in my life. And after that...
He didn't say hi to you or your dad? Or
no, we went up to him because we had to speak to the wife.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was a cool experience. Again, I didn't know who it was at the time. And my dad, he was in the car with me. He was like, you know who that was, right? I was like, no, I don't know who it was. It was Magic Johnson. I was like, wow.
That's
the
crazy.
Guy on the bus.
I didn't know you owned a restaurant in Miami.
No, his wife owns a restaurant.
Oh, his wife owns a restaurant in Miami.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I didn't know who it was.
That's pretty dope. I didn't find out where that place is. I'm trying to meet Magic Johnson. Shit. All right. Well, another thing that kind of impressed me too was that I think with Jordan, basically a majority of the Bulls players, and bro, that wasn't his last name was Grant.
Horace Grant.
Bro, he's like such a under the radar type of player.
That dude is big.
He doesn't get enough credit.
That dude,
I don't think he didn't get enough credit.
Bro, that dude was huge. He was getting beat up too. I'm not gonna lie. He was getting bullied by the Pistons though. Like you think like if you look at this man, I mean, still if you look at him now, that dude is huge. Like he's swole, right? But against the Pistons, that man was getting beat up, being ragdoll. If you ever played this game called Ragdoll Kung Fu, you would know what I'm talking about. But he was getting just thrown around.
And bro, to this day, they still have hate against the Pistons.
I would too. I mean, if I get beat up, slammed to the ground multiple times for 2 years straight, I would. And what they said, they played the division 6 times, and they were 0-6 against the Pistons. I would be I would be furious. I wouldn't care who they were, Isaiah or not. I would F you, man, and forget you.
And for Dennis Rodman to go to play for the Bulls afterwards, that was pretty interesting too.
Yeah, and how
he was part of that. But remember that one play where I think not Rodman, it was Pippen. He was going for the layup and
hit him.
Bro, Larry Rodman just shoved him to the floor, and he could tell he was hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Stood right back up and just went to take his free throw.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, what?
He
didn't go to Rodman's face or anything, or trying to start a fight, or the players trying to start a fight. But it's like, nah, we're not having it. We're not gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, heck, no, we're gonna win this game.
Man, it was green light all over. Shot clock creator.
I thought that was pretty dope, bro. And another thing and here we go again with Jerry Krause, bro. He built the team, and
I'm getting tired of this, man. Every episode, Jerry Krause makes me upset even more. I mean, this dude was a true pimp. You know, props to you though, because
he started the regime, but it's like he was petty because he didn't get the credit for it, and he wanted to disband everything and start all over again. It's like, bro, why would you get rid of
small chubby dude gets make fun of her all the time, and I mean, you gotta dish it out. I mean, you still getting paid though.
You getting paid millions, man.
You still getting paid, but you just gotta dish it out,
bro. But he's like, honestly, he was upset because he wasn't getting credit, yada yada, make fun of. But I mean, bro, you made a championship team, bro. Like, you gonna get the credit regardless. I mean, you're getting credit right. You're getting credit right now, and you disbanded the best team in the world. But imagine if you kept it. Imagine if you kept everything, bro.
And he was about to get rid of Phil Jackson. You about to kick him to the curb.
I mean, it was according to episode 3 and 4, that this was last season. Now, I don't know if that was the last season because I remember I didn't really look into deep to the Bulls dynasty back then. All I knew was they won 2 or 3 peats. That's all I know. So I'm learning a whole lot now for doing this docuseries, and I'm enjoying every minute of it, bro.
I recommend it, even though we're not sponsored by ESPN at all, but I would recommend.
I mean, there's no live sports going on. Usually, if live sports was on, I'd be telling you, hey, check out this game. We're gonna talk about it. But hey, it's part of a live, well, not live event, but it's something to watch upon, to get excited for. So y'all get to watch that the Last Dance docuseries. It's pretty interesting. Great content.
Sure.
All right, now we're gonna move on. Next topic.
To football, man.
Football.
A lot of things happen. Retirements and some trades and things happen like that.
A lot happened with the draft.
Miami, they got a new receiver now. No, running back. Excuse me. Running back. Matt Breida, I think his name was.
You already know, man. Miami coming up, dog.
But the crazy thing is, San Francisco, they're losing their speedy pieces, though. That's what surprised me. They lost a speedy wide receiver. Marquise Goodwin. Emmanuel Sanders is gone. And they also lost Matt Breida.
They didn't get a receiver, though?
They did pick up a receiver. I forgot his name. But they also lost a offensive tackle, too, for retirement. They're losing pieces.
But they did get Trent Williams, though.
You absolutely right.
They got Trent Williams.
Yep, but they are losing pieces. I don't know if they're going to be the same championship team. It could be one and done.
Well, they did get a good receiver, though. They got Brennan Ayoik. Ayoik?
I don't know how to say
his name. But we talked about it on a mock draft. Check that out.
Yeah.
From Arizona State in the first round, actually. So they got a wide receiver, and they got another one, Juwan Jennings from Tennessee in the 7th round. So they got wide receivers. They got offensive tackle now because Joe Staley retired.
Yeah.
But they got Trent Williams. And they're going to restructure his contract, which is even better for the 49ers. So they're doing good. They're picking up some. They had a solid draft class. It's solid.
I wouldn't say it's the best draft class, but
they got the pieces they need.
They got the pieces they need.
They got their defensive tackle and Javon Kinlaw, and they got the receiver Ayoik from Arizona State.
I feel like they did lose a big pieces from the offense that made them great.
Yeah, because they did trade Matt Breida to the Dolphins.
Yeah, and they lost Emmanuel Sanders. But they still have Deebo Samuel. If you keep him, you guys would be straight for real.
Now, there's a lot we could pick upon this for this year's draft, and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna take pieces together for this week's show, but we want to start with the headlines. James Winston is going to the New Orleans Saints for a 1-year deal. Now, I don't think he's gonna be a starter for the Saints. That's if Drew Brees gets injured, of course. Anyway, Taysom Hill, he's like all-around player. He can play receiver, can play running back, he can play quarterback, can do the wildcat, do whatever, right? I think he's a kick returner too, right? He does special teams.
Bro, he's an all-around player.
All-around player. He deserves his money. I think
he's gonna play offensive tackle.
$10.3 million tight end. He's getting paid $10.3 million. Great. I'm happy for Taysom Hill. I followed him back when he was in BYU. Had injury history, all because of Utah State. Anyway, so.
You laughing at his injury? Oh, you cold. See,
how?
You laughing at his injury?
No, because of Utah State. He got injured against Utah State.
He's laughing at his demise. Taysom Hill, if you're out there,
Taysom Hill, man, I'm your biggest fan, bro.
I
followed you. Bro, do you know who Taysom Hill was back in college? Look, I know who he was.
See, that's neither here or now. We're talking about Taysom Hill right now.
Bro, I've been knew Taysom Hill before he got his hype around the NFL.
All I'm saying, I'm your biggest fan right now. And
I'm a Kamara fantasy fan. Hated Taysom Hill because he would always get the goal line touchdown instead of Alvin Kamara. You know that?
Yeah, I do know that.
Yeah. Don't tell me. Yeah. Did you what's his name? Why did I forget his name all of a sudden?
I don't know. I had Jared Cook. He got he got nothing.
I forgot the name. How did
game?
No, who was the running back? Alvin Kamara. There you go. I don't know how I forgot that all of a sudden. Anyways,
you already said his name. How you forget?
I know that. I'm sorry. Anyway, did you have him on your fantasy team at one point?
Alvin Kamara?
Yeah.
No.
Never. Okay. Never mind.
I had Saquon. Oh, it was. I don't want to revisit my past because that was a tough season. Came in 9th place.
Terrible.
It was a rough moment. But anyways, I feel like Drew Brees, this is gonna be his last year for sure because he will. I don't know, man.
Too many chances.
He had a lot of chances to go to conference and win the championship or go to the Super Bowl, but he always cut short, And I feel like he's getting tired of it. Like, you know what? I'm done. I got
last year. He was thinking about retiring after this season.
Yeah, I won the Super Bowl already. I got my accolades, and this is
definitely a Hall of Famer.
But then again, I feel like because Brady's in his division, I feel like he was like, you know what? Because you're here, I gotta keep up. I mean, Matt Ryan too is giving him new life. I think Brady is giving them new life. But
I like that.
Speaking of retirement, I'm just saying he might retire. Jameis Winston, I feel like they're gonna feel him out, see if he can fit the season, see if he can catch up, and then he might be starter.
No, I don't think he's gonna. His purpose to go to New Orleans is to learn from the best, which is Drew Brees. You know, pick his brain out to become a better version of himself, Jameis Winston. And I don't believe he's gonna stay in New Orleans after a year. He's staying there to be his backup. And Jameis Winston knows this. He knows he's not gonna be the starter.
Oh no one can be the starter over him.
But he wants to learn from the best, and after that 1-year contract, he's gonna go on to a different team and be that starter. Which I think is awesome. I love that Jameis Winston is doing this.
I mean, he could have signed a bigger deal with Steelers because it's been reported that Steelers did offer him a contract, and it could be started for the Steelers and replace Ben Roethlisberger after 12 picks that he throws. You know, they both throw a lot of picks, hands down for sure. But I mean, he's younger. Threw 5,000 plus receiving passing yards. My bad, and 30 touchdowns.
Bro, I mean, New Orleans, Jameis Winston has the potential. He threw 30 touchdowns.
That's what I'm saying. 5,000 yards.
It's just you didn't get rid of the negative, which is him throwing 30 interceptions, which I think is insane.
But I feel like it'll be a good fit because he's on the Saints, though.
You can learn a lot.
Steelers, but if you're Saints,
I think it's a better situation to learn with Drew Brees than it is with Big Ben.
You're right.
I truly believe that. But one thing that shocks me is that Cam Newton is still on the free agent market.
I mean, he's kind of like a high risk right now. When we really think about it. I understand if you look at his social media, he's been posting a lot of workout videos, a lot of him like strength training, and stuff like that. But he came across with a lot of injuries, and that's kind of scary because he did have a shoulder surgery not too long ago.
Yeah, I thought it would have made sense. He would have gone to LA. But they just got Justin Herbert. They had Tyrod Taylor as a veteran. They don't need Cam Newton. Cam Newton needs to go to a team. He needs to have that mentality that he's going to be a backup.
He could go to the Bears because the Bears need a quarterback.
I mean, they had Nick Foles, though. I don't think he's going to work out there.
Oh, you're right.
It's not going to work out. Tennessee can work.
Yeah, or Broncos. No, Tennessee, they signed what's in there, a big contract.
Tannehill?
Yeah.
But as a backup, I'm saying.
I don't see that working either.
You don't see that working?
No.
Broncos actually can work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Broncos, they could work. Or, sit Dwayne Haskins down for the Redskins and put
I don't think that works
Cam
either.
Newton up there. And he could train from him. But I don't know.
That wouldn't work.
But speaking about other quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers, man. There's been a lot of speculation about Aaron Rodgers, what his future is going to look like. If he's going to be traded, is he going to request a trade? Picking up Jordan Love.
That question is a lot. I'm sorry, Packers fans, that this had to happen. That y'all don't pick up a wide receiver and a stacked wide receiver class. Mm-hmm. Like, literally, don't forget about this, that the Packers were just one game away from the Super Bowl. Y'all just need a skill position player, running back, receiver. I mean, y'all had a running back. Y'all needed a wide receiver because Devontae Adams can't do everything.
Oh no,
you need to get him help.
Remember when he was injured, he was still struggling because there was no other receiver can take his place. I mean, I understand Jimmy Graham is there, but think about it. Do you really depend on Jimmy Graham?
He's not even the team anymore. I don't think he's even on the team anymore. No, now this season.
Yeah. This season.
For this coming season, he's not in the team anymore.
I don't think so either.
It baffles me that y'all ready to pick up Rodgers on replacement.
Bro,
instead of a wide receiver.
I think they're restarting the whole team from scratch. They're like, you know what? Let's forget this whole.
But Rodgers still has a lot in the tank. I don't care if he says I think this is towards the end. He has a lot. He has a 4-year contract. I believe he's gonna complete it. But do I think he's gonna come back to Green Bay?
No, I don't think so.
I think he will, given the circumstances, the world we live in right now, through this pandemic. I don't think he's gonna want to do that risk. Maybe next season, but this year, no. I think he's gonna stay put where he's at. He's gonna ball out because Rodgers not the type of guy. He's scared of competition. Yeah, he said it himself. I don't care who you bring, I'm gonna beat him out. I'm gonna win that competition, and I believe he will beat the competition because you already know Jordan Love. He's allowed to get developed. Struggled in college. He has the mechanics to be great, but it just gotta be real careful. I mean, he has a great teacher in Aaron Rodgers, but remember, I think Rodgers is gonna take this a whole lot differently than what Brett Favre did back then when Rodgers got drafted.
Oh yeah, Brett Favre got beat. But all I'm saying is that they might just like cast him aside. They'll keep him for one more season, and then that's it. They're gonna leave him and put in Jordan Love.
But this is no such thing as team loyalty anymore in the NFL.
Bro, all I'm saying is that. But let's say he gets traded. What team do you see him on?
You need a quarterback desperate team. The Saints can work.
The Saints. Yeah, replace Drew Brees.
Yeah, I mean, we already said it earlier that this is probably his last season, and I did say James Winston. I don't think he'll stay in the Saints. Might go to a different team.
I feel like if he goes to the Saints, it's gonna be the same situation with the Packers, because when we really think about it, the Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers technically have the same pieces, but besides, you know what? Yeah, Aaron Rodgers do have a running back though, but
or he go to the Bears.
Think about who the Bears have. Tariq Cohen.
I mean, you said it earlier, though.
I know. Yeah,
He's like, why not go to your division rival? We talked about this before the show.
Right.
That Rodgers should go to a division rival. Why not the Bears? Bears always say they're not picking up Trubisky's fifth-year option. And to be honest, I think that's even if he wins the starting job against Nick Foles. So basically, this is his last season. I attribute Trubisky. This is the last season with the Bears.
Where would he go? He's gonna be backup for sure.
He's gonna be a backup because he's not capable of being a starting quarterback. I mean, he's starting because the Bears need him to start because he was their first round pick. You can't just bench your first round pick that you traded off for. So they needed this. So they're trying their hardest to develop him, but the Bears say they're not picking up his 5th-year option. And I don't think no matter if he balls out this season or if he doesn't, it's not.
He had the pieces. He had the pieces together. Plus, he had the defense as well.
Yeah, the defense, bro.
He had the defense, but it just wasn't working out. Trubisky, he was throwing balls left to right, not even hitting his target at all.
Rodgers, if you're gonna get traded, I suggest you request a trade to the Bears.
That would be interesting.
That I would love to see that because that's like a slap in the face of the Packers organization.
Yo, it's gonna be like Richard Sherman.
Because how dare you? How dare you? No, well, 49ers and the Seahawks, they're not really a big division rivalry.
I mean, but you going,
But I mean, Packers and the Chicago, they had that rivalry since over 100 years now.
Yeah,
it's been there since forever. You know, the fan bases take it seriously, and you already know the players. So for you to go to the Bears, I think that's pretty shocking. I would love to see that. That is going to create headlines for the NFL.
Yeah, new viewership, bro. Just think about it. You have Tom Brady versus Drew Brees versus Matt Ryan. Right, and then you have Aaron Rodgers versus the Packers. That would be crazy. What other headlines will be there
for this upcoming season?
I'm just saying, it's just scenarios.
Well, you got Tua coming up soon. Herbert.
Yeah. Jordan Love. How would Jordan Love, bring up the Packers? How would he perform with the Packers? Then you just. I
mean, it's not me putting down Jordan Love. That he's not capable of doing it. He has the potential. I think he needs to
sit on a bench for a year or two.
He does. I mean, just Patrick Mahomes sat on the bench for a year or two.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. It's like basically redshirt. It's like you going to college and you're redshirting your freshman year. There's nothing wrong with that. You got to build. You got to take time to learn the playbook. But one thing that surprised me though was Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow stated that he's been studying the Bengals playbook. Like he's already steps ahead of everybody else, and he's ready to compete for that.
I feel like the Bengals need to pick up a receiver, either from.
They did though.
I said another receiver.
They got T. Higgins. They got AJ Green. They got Joe Mixon, bro.
T. Higgins and AJ Green. I understand it, and they have Tyler Eifert, right? He's still there.
I don't think he is.
He should be. I don't think he left yet.
I think he's still there. Yeah.
All right, so you have those pieces, right? I feel like T. Higgins can play a good slot. Yes, he can play slot, and obviously AJ Green can play outside. But I feel like they needed one more receiver to really fit the purpose.
But hey, I mean, Burrow now has 2 weapons to rely on.
And fix the O-line. I mean, my goodness. Come on.
They only drafted one O-line, and that was Hakeem Adeniji from Kansas, offensive tackle, in the 6th round.
They need to fix the O-line for sure, because think about Andy Dalton was being smacked around. I mean, I never saw someone pimp this man out like it was nothing. He was being slapped.
For Joe Burrow to be great, you definitely got to fix the O-line, but they're going in the right direction. They got the pieces. They got the receivers. So Joe Burrow will be great this season. I don't think he'll have a bad rookie season. If he does, don't put too much in for him. He's still learning.
I feel like he's gonna have a Kyler Murray season. You know, not have the great record, but have a good record saying that is a quarterback for the future.
Definitely, because Kyler Murray he low-key surprised me his rookie season.
Yeah, he actually surprised me too. Knowing the pieces that he had, he did not have a great receiving core. No tight end, no O-line for sure. He had a defense, don't get me wrong. He had the defense, but that's really it. And David Johnson, come on, man. The man wasn't really doing anything.
He got traded.
And yeah, he got traded to the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
But Kyler Murray, he did a great job. Phenomenal. And he worked on his snaps because usually he clapped and it was always a flag. You can't really do that. He fixed that, but he did a great job.
Right. I don't know, man. It baffles me that the Packers didn't pick up a wide receiver in this draft, like, at all. And I feel like Jordan Love would have been available by the second round. You know, like it was unnecessary for them to trade up to get Jordan Love to begin with. I don't think if you look at the teams ahead of them, I don't think they were going to pick up a quarterback.
I feel like if Jordan Love was still there, the Patriots. Wait, did the Patriots? Who was after?
No, Jordan Love was available after I think the Patriots pick.
Oh,
I could be wrong. I could double check this.
I actually don't remember because the Patriots had a 23rd pick. The Packers had what pick?
They traded with the Dolphins. They had a 30th pick. The Packers had the 30th pick. They traded. Yeah, they picked in 26. The Patriots traded. They traded their pick with the Chargers
because we're supposed to. The Patriots were supposed to get Justin Jefferson, but he was picked up already, and that's why we just traded out.
Yeah. So either way, like if you look at the teams, you had the Saints. Well, you could say the Saints probably would have had a chance to pick up Jordan Love.
I don't think so, man. Come on. That's
49ers, you already know they're definitely not picking up a quarterback. Dolphins weren't going to pick a quarterback at 26. Seahawks wasn't. Definitely not the Ravens. I doubt the Titans. So the only team that you would have been scared of picking up Jordan Love would have been the Saints. But they
the Vikings.
Nah, they paid too much money. Oh, the Vikings were picking after them.
Yeah.
So I doubt they would have done anything.
But all I'm saying, it was a great draft. A lot of things happened. A lot of speculations with Aaron Rodgers and Jordan Love. A lot of speculations on how Drew Brees is going to finish the season. Is he going to either play a few more seasons because Tom Brady is now in his division?
He's definitely going to play this whole season.
For sure.
To the fullest.
I mean, think about it. You have another threat in your division. Not the Falcons, because Falcons, they were a threat. But I don't think they would kind of simmer down a little bit. But anyways, you have another threat in your division, and the Bucks, they're gonna be up there.
I just remember, did the Panthers even pick up a quarterback?
I don't know if the Panthers even picked. To be honest, I wasn't even paying attention to them the whole time.
But you gotta remember, I don't think they picked up a quarterback. Because remember, they don't really have a quarterback. But you know what? It's all good because they have they have PJ Walker from the XFL. He's a starting quarterback, but that's a different topic for another video. All right, so save that. All right, PJ Walker's gonna be the starting quarterback for the Panthers. Christian McCaffrey. So that'll be a great video to have. But before we wrap this up, just want to say, the NFL draft made my weekend. It's pretty fun, as you know. Tua going to the Dolphins. That's another video for tomorrow. For this week, we have a lot of great content coming this week for draft analysis, post-draft reactions, and where teams go on from now.
Oh, we already know Patriots going to go all the way. All the Patriots fans, rise up.
Hashtag embrace the tank. Tank for Trevor Lawrence. Our tank was a success because we got our guy. It's your turn. So get ready to lose twice against the Dolphins, twice against the Jets, twice against the Bills.
Yo, you really mean we're going to lose all those games? Yeah. First of all, Dolphins mean nothing. All you Dolphins fans out there, I'm sorry, but they don't mean nothing. The Bills might be a challenge. I'm not going to lie about that. Might be a challenge. Might.
They will be a challenge.
The Jets, there is no challenge because Jamal Adams, he's not going to stay on the Jets for sure. Come on, man. He is going to get traded. And, bro, there's no tanking. He's been spreading these false.
They didn't even take a quarterback in the draft. They paid up two undrafted quarterbacks.
Okay.
Do you think they're the future of the Patriots?
Why you keep saying they're the future of the Patriots? What's up with you in the future of the Patriots?
Bro, I mean, that's what we got to think about.
See, Belichick is the Patriots. If we have Belichick still alive, not kicking the bucket yet, he'll be great. I mean, bro, the man, he's the oldest head coach in the NFL right now.
Isn't that Pete Carroll?
Pete Carroll
He's in the 70s.
Yeah, they're both in the 70s.
I think Pete Carroll. I need to fact check this.
Well, anyways, they're both old, and that dude's still looking like he's in his 50s, 60s at least. See, I have faith in you, Bill Belichick. And look, and Bill we trust.
Embrace the tank, bro.
There is no embrace. See, he's been passing along this.
Trent, embrace the tank. Tank for Trevor Lawrence.
This false religion.
Oh, I lied. No, Pete Carroll is 66 years old, but Bill Belichick.
They're closing 70s. We average around 70, right? What? They're both old.
Oh, wait, no. I think Bill Belichick is the oldest. He's 68.
Look at that. He's old. An old man doing great. Pimping out these players. Been straight. I'm swear, Bill Belichick is a pimp when you really think about it. Think about this. You have these old players. Oh, man. I'm going to cast away. All this stuff like that, right? Hey, this pimp old man Belichick over there. Say, hey, you know what? I will help you out. Play with me. Get a little change. Then you'll be great. Get these players. Pimp out, make them look like they're the superstars, and then trade them for the high draft pick. Next thing you know, they're on the other team, and they do bummy work. I mean, trash work. When you think about it. A pimp, man. A pimp.
I guess.
And Belichick we trust.
Embrace the tank.
There's no
tank for Trevor Lawrence.
So we just got, look, all you fans out there, all you Patriots fans out there, let's pray for my man Steven. Because
coming now, would you Patriots fans go for a tank to get the best quarterback in the draft next year, Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah, all you Patriots fans, if you know better, do you believe we should tank for Trevor Lawrence? Like he says, embracing the tank.
Hashtag embrace the tank. I'm making t-shirts
and
with that,
Belichick
guys.
we trust, and go to the Super Bowl.
I ain't going to the Super Bowl. Bro, like I said, your ceiling for this season is an A&A season.
I don't
that's
believe
that's like
we're gonna win the East, man, for sure.
Like that's the max.
Huh?
Yeah, that's the max.
Win the East?
No, an 8-8 season. That's the max.
Kick rocks.
Yeah, that's the max.
Look, all I was saying is that I trust him in the Patriots. He's doubting all.
If you want to see more of these type of like arguments, man, because we could go hours with this video today. But you know what? We got a whole week worth of videos. So stay tuned for Gameday Nation at Legs for this weekend. We got a lot of great content to talk about. We're going to talk about the Patriots on tank for this year. We got the Dolphins being the next Super Bowl champs. We're talking about the draft analysis. Jordan Love taking over Aaron Rodgers. There's a lot to talk about, man. The future Hall of Fame players like a Tua Tagovailoa, like Isaiah Simmons, like a Derrick Brown. We got a lot to talk about this week, man. Can't wait. Right, my friend? Embrace the tank. Hashtag start a trend. Let's go, man. Belichick we trust. Yes, we do. He's a great head coach.
How do you say a Belichick we trust after you just say he's gonna tank?
He's gonna take for on purpose and then build the pieces around. Look what the Bengals are doing, man. They got that quarterback. Look what the Dolphins doing. We got our quarterback. We got our players. We're building something beautiful in the AFC East.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
New regime. All right. Well, that's about wrap this video up. And can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for giving us a platform for today. And we'll see you soon. My name is Steven. Come on, Omar. You have manners. Don't be disrespectful now.
My name is Omar.
And you're watching
No way.
Gameday Nation Athletics, baby.
Don't even talk to me more.
Isn't that petty? All right. See you later, guys. Peace out.